All right. Y'all give me a second. I'm just doing a test. Got a new microphone. Trying to just trying to test this stuff out real quick. Let me see, what is that? Turn that up just a little bit. All right. No, she said she thought I No, your computer isn't acting a fool. I am trying to see if I can get my audio and stuff to act right. Let me see. It seemed like I kind of got my mic. Hold on one second. I might not be able to do this, so I might have to switch some stuff around. Oh, all right. Yeah, I may have to hold on one second. Let me try something cuz that's going to be kind of all right. Test 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 test. Hold on one second. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Hmm. Yeah, cuz it seems like that I can't have both of these going at the same time. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Hmm. Yeah, I got to try to be creative. I got to try to be creative right now. Let me see. Mm, hmm. I'm about to do some research. Let me see something. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reroute all of this stuff. I'm gonna have to go back to let me see something. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to try to, cause see, I got stuff playing in the background and can't even hear it through YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. Let me see. I'm not trying to ignore you guys, cause I just got so many screens open right now, and I'm trying to do this live.
People that they have to stop being gay to follow Christ is like taking a wheelchair away from a guy who can't walk. Ryan goes, Andy also said, I don't do gay weddings, but I can't say that I would never do a gay wedding. If my granddaughter asked me someday, maybe I would. Worst of all, Andy Stanley said, we need to make room for gay men who choose to be married to each other in our churches because that's as close as they can get to a New Testament framework of marriage. Mhm. Then he goes, I believe in gay people. Some people are gay, they can't change. Now, this is a direct contradiction of 1 Corinthians 6, verses 9 through 11. We're gonna examine some scriptures. Like I got a whole lot of them because there is a video clip where Andy's like, there are these I think he called them cobble or cobbler passages. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me calm down. So he said, I know I shouldn't let experience dictate my theology, but I have. Maybe I'm wrong. Yes, Andy, you are wrong. So he goes, I debated whether or not I had a responsibility to share his remarks. This is Ryan speaking. But I concluded that because he shared these thoughts in private, it wouldn't be right to share them publicly. I hoped that maybe he was just struggling with his faith and would return to biblical belief. But in 2022, at the
Yeah, it seems like that the software that I was trying to get away from. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to try to run all of this through my last. Oh, this is gonna be kind of frustrating because I'm trying to make sure I can run all of this through at the same time, but it seems like it's running all separately. Mm, hold on 1 second. Let me try something else. Output. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Oh well, what is that? Wavelink system. I don't even see that on here.
they answered him. Now these are the Pharisees. These are the Pharisees responding because um as Jesus normally does, he's kind of calling them out. It says, they say, we are offspring of Abraham and have never been enslaved to anyone. How is it that you say you will become free? So to them, they're like, free from what? Like we're we're in bond servants to no one. Jesus answered them, truly, truly, I say to you, everyone who practices sin.
Yeah, see what's happening is that it's either I can have my mic on or have the audio, but I'm trying to see if I can set it to where everything is everything is playing, like my audio, my mic, background stuff, all of that. Let me see. So that's my output. gonna have to set all of this to default.
He sent me. Why do you not understand what I say? It is because you cannot bear to my word. You are of your father the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. But because I tell you the truth, you do not believe me. So the issue, and I'm not going to go through all of the tweets. We'll go through some because some of them we just kind of have to go through. What I believe, I'm shocked that as a preacher of the word, that Andy simply just does not understand the truth that is revealed in the scriptures concerning sexual immorality. Now, we can make this a case about homosexuality. We could, right? But my issue is that sexual immorality encompasses other sexual deviations that are against God's words, such as fornication, such as adultery, right? And then you have homosexuality. All of that is considered sexual
Test.
immorality. So what I'm trying to understand is, why does Andy, he would probably affirm that fornication is wrong and that adultery is wrong, but we don't see him affirming, well, the man
All
who's
right.
out here cheating on his wife
I can
really
hear
loves
myself.
God. He wants
Let
to
me
do
see.
the will of God and he loves God. Why won't we make room for him? But yet he wants to make room for the practicing homosexual, and not just make room, but
Let me try to
actually
switch some stuff
create a
around here.
space where they can come and have their union, their marriage union, affirmed, performed by the church.
Because it
And
seemed like I
have
kind of
them
got it.
with the full rights and
Seemed like
privileges
I'm onto something
as
right now.
every other believer within the church. This is the part that I don't understand, because I don't think that he would do this if it was any other sin, right? If you had a habitual murderer, like, they love God with all their heart, but they just can't keep killing people. Why won't we make room for that person? Apply it to any other sin. We don't see that happening, but for some reason, Andy wants to side with the culture and come out the closet, if you will, and say that the problem is it's us. It's the church that has the issue. Now, here's another clip.
All right, I think I might be onto something.
This was really concerning.
Let me see something real quick.
It doesn't happen much anymore because it's so ridiculous. Pastors got up and we're affirming. They got up and announced, we're affirming. Now I can't come back to my church, and why can't I come back to my church?
All right, so I think we might be good.
Pastor, and he just took my church away from me. Now, whether the person's right or wrong is irrelevant. Your pastors and your leaders don't take people's church away from them.
Okay, so the part that concerned me about this statement is that Andy doesn't even understand who the church belongs to. Like, the church is the church of the living God, and Jesus is the head. It's not my church. It's not Susie Q's church. Andy, North Point. Well, if it was a
all right, so let me go ahead and try that. Let me try my microphone.
No one is taking anyone's
See how that sounds
from them. The issue is you don't understand who the authority is over the church. This is why you can make statements like this. This was highly concerning to me because I'm like, well, wait a minute.
All right, I want to hear how I sound without the audio. See how my microphone sounds. All right, so that sounds pretty good. Let me try to do some effects. Try to take some of this grain out or this gain. See how that sounds. Take a little bit more out. Turn my microphone up just a little bit. All right. Let me see. Test, 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 test. Yeah. Testing, testing. Is that loud enough, or do I think I need to turn my mic up just a little bit?
And shepherds. Pastors that set direction and they monitor the pace. They do not set the pace.
So it sounds like he's saying, as a pastor, it's our job to kind of ease in these new ideas to you and not just kind of spring it on you
All
like
right,
a
hold on
prophet
one
and then
second.
just
Let me
leave
turn
town.
this up.
And is it me? Did I hear that right? Did y'all kind of perceive that that's what he was saying as well?
Yeah, because it seemed like that. My volume on my phone, because I'm listening through my Bluetooth, and it's all the way up. I may have to turn my mic up. How about that? Is my microphone sounding better now? How we sounding? All right, cool. Sister Tyra says I sound great. Let me see how I'm gonna sound with. Let me see with
Love
April
members
playing in
of
the
the LGBT
background.
community, just like I love members of, I don't know, is there a heterosexual community? I don't know. The problem that we all have
right,
in
so I would have to
common
turn
is
this up.
this sin nature,
Where
right?
is? Let me
I was
get
once
this
dead in my sin,
volume
living in
right
sexual
here.
immorality, living according to the pattern of this world, right? This is who I was before Christ. But God, who is rich in mercy, as Ephesians 2 tells us, while I was dead in my sin and trespasses, God made me alive through the regenerating power of the Holy Spirit.
That's
he
loud
made me
enough.
alive in Christ Jesus. He cleaned me up, and I didn't get to hold on to my sin, right? The old man was shed, the new man was born.
All right, let's see how my sound effects are sounding. Grace and peace, Brother King. Turn that up some. I just want to make sure that my microphone is not interfering with my intro music, and vice versa. Test, 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 test. Grace and peace, grace and peace. I need to come down just a little bit. I'll probably set it to probably about right there. Let me see. And I want to make sure too that, because I think the closer I'm going to get to my mic, yeah, let me put my mic right here. I probably need to be closer to the mic. All right. Says what kind of setup I got. Right now I'm running Elgato. Let me see if I can show y'all some of the stuff I'm working with right now. Let me see. Share screen. All right, so this is kind of like what I got going on. I got my I got a new Elgato mic. It's called the Wavelink 3. So it came, when was that? Last week. I was supposed to get it like last Sunday, but it didn't come. It came like last Monday or so. So basically, this is my Wavelink software. And what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to separate all of my audio and stuff so I can control the volume separate. So like, if I'm doing my my sound effects and stuff like that, I want to make sure that it's not too loud or it's not too low. Let me see. And then, of course, I got stuff like my browser, which would be coming from
The Lord Jesus, and my spirit is present with
what
the
you
power
hear
of our
from
Lord Jesus.
April
You are to
Chapman, who
deliver
is from the Standard of Truth podcast. So
Satan
while that's playing,
for the
you'll see
destruction
like,
of the flesh,
it's
so that
just a
his spirit may
different,
be saved
just
in the
different
day
audio,
of the
just
Lord.
different settings.
Your
I can
boasting is
control it.
not
If I think it's
good.
too loud,
Do
I can
you
turn it
not
down.
know that
If
a
it's
little
too
leaven leavens
high,
the whole lump?
if it's too low, I
Cleanse
can turn it
out
up.
the old leaven,
So,
that you may be
and
a
what I was
new
trying to
lump.
do is that I was making sure that I can control everything, but I want to be able to have all of my audio being heard at once during my live stream. And then this is just some other stuff. I can set up all of my different, I can, this is how I separate everything right here. I could default it to this screen that you just saw, separate it all out. So therefore, as I turn one thing down, I'm not, turning up the other thing. And this is just OBS Studio right here. This is how I get my intros and outros. So if I transition over, this side over here on the left, that's what shows, what is, now, this is not playing. But if I hit the transition button, these screens will switch. So I'll, go to the left, and then what's on the left will go to the right, and then whatever's on the right is what's playing live. So it's kind of what I got going on right there. But that's basically it. But before, I was using another software called Voicemeeter, but I didn't like the way that Voicemeeter was putting out my audio sometime, because it seemed like that the gain was a little too high, and I was always trying to adjust it. And there was, I could tweak it just a little bit, but even when I watch the playback, like I can't hear it live, what I'm saying, while I'm live, and then I would play the playback, and it seems like it would seem like that. There would be times to where it sound like I'm yelling, or I'm a lot louder in the mic at the end of the live stream than basically at the beginning. So I always had a problem with that. It was just a big pet peeve of mine, of trying to reconcile that. And then like sometimes I'll play the playback, and then the audio like for instance, if I wanted to play like a clip, or like for instance, let's go ahead and do this and tell y'all about my first world problems. You know, these problems out here with some of us YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I will be playing um Standard of Truth podcast or something. Let's just say if I'm playing like another video or something that I want to react to. What happened was that when I do the playback, sometimes it will be like super loud or it will be super low. And then I'll be like, dang, you know, I wish I would have known that. So I needed something to where I can kind of balance everything out, you know, just kind of set it and leave it to where no matter, you know, no matter what's going on everywhere else, I don't have to keep trying to tweak everything, either, you know, before I go live or even while I'm live, to try to make sure that everything is consistent. So I did need another microphone. And you know, the microphone, and I'm still using that other microphone. That's the Blue Snowball. I bought that. That was on sale. I bought that. It was maybe about $60 or something like that. You know, it's a good microphone. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not as good as this one. So it just seems like that. You know, I wasn't between Voice Meter and Blue Snowball. Um, I really wasn't getting that podcast sound that I want. You know, and I can actually tweak this a little bit more. And I'm gonna see if, let me see. Uh oh, that was down here in OBS. Yeah, so I was just trying to play around with some stuff, you know, try to get some stuff. Yeah, and I can also adjust the gain here too in OBS. Hold on 1 second. All right, then we got like noise suppression and stuff. Oh, let me see what the compressor is all about. Uh-oh, here we go. I'm gonna see. Let me try this. Let me see how that sounds. Test, 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 test. Oh no, man, I have to put that back down. Testing, testing, testing. Yeah, so you know, I'm just trying to play around, make sure that my audio that my audio is sounding right. You know, make sure when I do go live and I'm here in the studio, you know, in Johnson Studios here, you know, everything is sounding pretty nice whenever I'm doing my live streams. You know, the live streams I mainly do on Sunday nights. You know, occasionally Saturday nights. So yeah, but like I said, I still got my other microphone with me. I'm carrying that with me as I am traveling. So therefore, when I do plug it into the laptop, that's why the audio sounds a little bit better when I'm doing my Christian news segments in the morning. You know, because I was doing it through my headphones, but for some reason the microphone on that seemed like it was going out because I would do the playback, and it seems like that the audio was like really super low. So I just started taking that microphone, and then I bought this one. This is what's going to be here at the house, and my other one is going to come with me. And yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that I got all of this set up correctly. And this actually didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. But the only thing is that when I get ready to go live, I am going to have to manually mute my microphone. Oh, let me see. Let me see something. Okay, hold up. Yeah, I may have to do that. I just want to make sure. Let me see if that's the right one. Test, test. No, I think it's the other one. Just want to make sure I'm muting the right microphone. Test, 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 test. Testing, 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 testing. I should be muted. Nope, I'm still. Test, 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 test. Let me see something. Nope, for some reason it's not going through OBS. So I'm probably going to have to mute this manually. All right, yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to mute my mic manually. And what's cool about this particular mic is that all I got to do is tap it on the top to mute it and unmute it. So I just got to make sure that I'm cutting my mic off at certain times if I want to, mute my mic. I'm going to be walking around here on a hot mic. I don't know, y'all might hear me burp or something like that, or be coughing, which I don't want to do all up in the mic. So I got to remember to do that to mute my mic. So, all right, well, I think that's about it. I think I kind of got this. I think I got everything down packed. So, I think I will be ready for my live stream Sunday night. And I already got a couple of topics that I do want to cover. Let me see if I can just run that by y'all real quick. Yeah, I got about 4 topics. I do like to try to at least cover 4 topics because I'm seeing that 4 is usually that'll kind of give me about a 2-hour live stream or so. So we're gonna be talking about. I saw this TikTok video of this lady trying to explain this quote unquote renewed covenant, and she was kind of trying to purport that the New Testament is nothing but a renewed covenant of the old. And that is a false teaching. And I think this lady, she was either Hebrew Israelite or Hebrew roots or one of them. But you could tell that she's one out of the two. And I'm kind of leaning more towards Hebrew Israelite, but she's probably more of the moderate Hebrew Israelites, not the extreme, not like a camper. So I'm gonna be touching on that. And then there was a lady video that I saw on Twitter. This lady was talking about some brand new eschatological ideology, and I was just like, I ain't never heard of this. Never heard. It was a crazy. I mean, y'all gotta hear it. I ain't even gonna spoil it. Y'all gotta hear this for yourself when I get ready to play it. And then Corey Minor did a video for the Smart Christian channel. Let's go ahead and give it up for him. Give it up for brother Corey Minor at the Smart Christian channel. He is covering a Mike Todd heresy, basically. Mike Todd spewing some heresy, and he addressed it. He covered it in one of his live streams, so I'm gonna shortly touch on that. And then there's another one. I don't know. I might touch on this as well because this came up this morning, doing my Christian news segment. Um, I didn't know that Dr. Martin Luther King, won the Margaret Sanger Award. So I don't know. I think I may have heard of that in passing. It's like, in a way, when I think about it, I may have vaguely heard about it in passing, but it's not anything that I I remember. So it's a I was linked to an article to read the article to see what all of that was about. And quite frankly, I do have to do more research on that. And I just want to make sure I got my facts right. I want to make sure that this isn't just some biased article or some biased website. So I do want to kind of do my research because, sometimes people will put stuff out there, and then when you really look into it, it's actually false information, fake news. So I want to make sure that, that I'm being fair, make sure that I got all of my facts right. So, but anyway, I could end up covering something else between now and then, and who knows, but that seems like those are the four topics that I plan on covering. So I just wanted to make sure that everything is going to be working correctly, especially with this new mic, especially with new equipment. You always want to make sure that you check that out first. So I do still got Voicemeeter on here, but seems like I'm not going to need that anymore. So it seems like that I am good to go. And we are streaming in 1080p. And we got my sister. I gotta get Sister Chapman on the I gotta get her on the channel. I'm gonna reach out to her. Probably maybe tonight or tomorrow. And I'm gonna see if I can get her to come on, try to interview her. I gotta get Corey up on here too. What time is it? 9 o'clock? I think I'm gonna hit Corey up. Might text him tonight and see if he's willing to do an interview sometime soon. So I got to start doing that again too. I got to start interviewing people. Kind of got away from that. Don't know why, but I think with me wanting to cover certain topics, and then I'm not really home like that, and I'm traveling a lot, so I think that's one of the reasons why I've kind of gotten away from it. But I do need to start setting up some more interviews, start getting some people on, just start supporting more and more of our brothers and sisters in the body of Christ. There's a lot of people out here who got great channels. These are like diamonds in the rough. Like, for instance, you can see my sister April Chapman right here. Great content, and I think that you guys should all go and subscribe to her. She is it's called the Standard of Truth podcast. Standard of Truth. Actually, you can see it back there in the back. Standard of Truth podcast. I gotta check out what's going on with my internet too, because it seems like it's kind of laggy. So I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm gonna have to run a test because it seems like that my internet is just I don't know. Ever since I got that new modem, it doesn't seem like it's as fast as it used to be. Seems like I'm having some problems here and there. All right, y'all. Listen, I just wanted to go ahead and do this particular sound test. I'm gonna throw my headphones in, and I'm gonna look back at this to see what my audio is sounding like. Make sure all of my levels are correct. So, I want to make sure everything is perfect.
Walk by the
So I'm
Spirit,
gonna
and you will not
let this
gratify
ride
the
for a little
desires
bit,
of the flesh.
so I can get
For
ready
the
to when
desires
I get
of
ready to
the
play this back.
flesh
I want to hear
are against
how the
the
audio is
Spirit.
coming through. I want to
So
hear how
before
this
I go into this,
sounds
let me give y'all some
with her
context.
talking and then me talking at the
The
same
whole
time.
book of Galatians is
All right, listen,
where
you guys
the
have a great
Apostle
night. I
Paul
will
is
see you
trying to help
guys next time.